taking a quick look at this new Corolla FX. So you might be wondering, didn't Toyota already do this? You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about like in the 80s, right? I mean, obviously this version here is what's inspired this new version, but I'm talking about last year, right? Yeah, they already did the FX sedan. So now we get the hatchback, and actually it's a little bit different of a package. It's the same basic concept, yes, but it's almost a little bit more 80s because of these unique color choices. The sedan, it was more of just like a typical modern sport package, right? Black wheels, spoiler, kind of darker colors throughout. This one, yeah, there's going to be three colors, but of course they're showing off this orange, which looks fantastic with these new white wheels. And they actually say that this gives it an unexpected wow factor. So, yeah, actually, I don't know. It's hard to argue with that, right? I mean, and they do have these black lug nuts as well. But yeah, 18-inch white, yeah, it really does kind of give it that, 80s retro vibe, doesn't it? And what's interesting about this, too, is they're not calling this... Well, I mean, they are calling it the FX, but on the back, the badge on the tailgate here doesn't say FX. So, and in fact, you can see it's got the same kind of font that they used in the 80s on the original FX, where it's got the font has kind of got that like double walled line to it, right? The letters have the double, the double line to it. And you can kind of see it a little bit better here. They didn't provide very good images of this. But anyways, if we zoom all the way in, you might have to use your imagination here, but it actually says Corolla Heritage Edition. So, yeah, no FX. So that's, interesting. It is going to be called the FX. Kind of like that better anyways, because that was kind of a complaint that people had with the sedan. The FX name, actually, that original 80s model, it had a bigger engine, right? I mean, it wasn't just, an appearance package. It was actually faster than the standard Corolla. So, yeah, that's where actually, this new FX, Heritage Edition, whatever you want to call it, the drivetrain, the powertrain's the exact same as in the base Corollas, right? It's the 2-liter naturally aspirated CVT. So, but you know what, though? It still makes a lot more, it still makes a lot more power than the original FX did in the 80s. And it's more than enough, right? I mean, it's more than enough for a daily driver. And really the appeal of the Corolla, too, is, it's economical, right? It gets good gas mileage. So, I think, honestly, that's fine. And plus, there's always the GR Corolla, right, if you want speed. Now, what's interesting about this, too, you can see in this image, way up here, it almost looks like the spoiler's off of a GR Corolla, doesn't it? I mean, look at this. It's sticking way up, and it's got like a really unique, cool design to it. So, actually, that's pretty cool. And they do state that this actually improves the aerodynamics. Now, what does that mean? Does it reduce lift? Does it reduce drag? Who knows? Who knows? It changes the aerodynamics in some way. And they say it's like a vented design. Yeah, you can see that. There's some gaps there. So, actually, it is a really cool looking spoiler. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I do like it. I don't know if you can see, like, the original 80s version barely had anything there. It had kind of a cleaner look. Almost just like the built-in little spoiler that's stock on the Corolla. So, but I guess they had to spice it up a little bit, right? So that's what they did. And plus, yeah, as I mentioned, maybe you are a fan of the GR. Maybe you just don't want to have to, it's not the best daily driver, is it? So this might be the perfect mix, right, of really a unique, sporty looking Corolla. You can still, it's going to be reliable and fuel efficient, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this, and like I said, these colors too, right? These colors. So you have to talk about that. The three colors here, well, as I mentioned, they're only showing the orange, but there are three colors. So you also have the option of white and the blue crush, which is like a, it's a bluish purple, isn't it? It's not really blue. You know, I kind of wish they would have used that bright blue, you know, on the GR as well. But I guess they wanted, you know, reserve that for the GR. But I think that would have looked fantastic with these white wheels. And a few last little details on the exterior here. It looks like this rear badge is blacked out. But on the front, it's just kind of the standard badge. So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe is it mixed matched? Is it mismatched? Who knows? You know, I mean, who knows? At this point, this thing's not coming out until the fall of this year, by the way. So you're not going to be able to go to your dealership anytime soon and pick this thing up. But you might want to go in there, though, right now, because, yeah, they're only going to make 1,600 of these things. So, yeah, I mean, it's a decent number of them, but still, if you want one, you're probably going to want to reserve it soon. Now, on the inside here, we actually get, this is quite an upgrade. I mean, there's nicer materials in here for sure. And you get this unique orange stitching, right? Contrast stitching. And not just on the seats, right? A lot of times companies, they'll throw it on the seats, sure. But actually it's throughout the interior. You know, you can see it on the door panel here. Yep, it's all over there. And it's on the steering wheel as well. So, yeah, I mean, steering wheel and shifter. Hey, you know, steering wheel and shifter. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, because it is going to look fantastic with the orange and probably the white too. You know, again, I'm not so sure how it's going to look with the blue crush. I don't know. Let me know if any of you guys would do the blue crush. But yeah, and then, you know, the rest of the interior is pretty much Corolla. Oh wait, there is a black headliner. There is a black headliner as well for that sporty look. So look at even these seats. Like, look at this. It's got the, you know, it's not for seatbelt pass-through. It's not for harness. But, you know, it's got that look, right? So, yeah, this is, you know, definitely, this interior is definitely an improvement over the base SE. Now, what's interesting, though, is, you know, you still get kind of the basic standard 8-inch screen here, but it does have, you know, wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. And you do get a wireless phone charger with this trim as well. I think it's right here. So that's good. You also get the digital display, the gauge cluster, which is nice. You know, you don't have just kind of the base model analog gauges. And of course, since you got the hatchback here, yeah, you got the versatility, right? I mean, all this cargo space. And this is kind of a funny image. You know, these JBL headphones. Typically, you don't see like product placements in these kind of, you know, press release photos, right? I mean, it should be all about Toyota. But of course, you know, Toyota, they use premium, you know, the premium audio option in their cars is by JBL, isn't it? Well, what makes this even more funny is the fact that these headphones, this is the only way you're going to get premium JBL audio in your FX Corolla, because, yeah, it doesn't get the upgraded audio. It doesn't get the upgraded JBL speakers. So, you know, if you want to listen to your music and you want it to sound good, hey, you better go to the store and buy a pair of these.